And good evening, everyone. From the Boston Garden, this is Gil Santos along with Bob Cousy. It is Game 5, the Celtics and 76ers. The Celtics down in the series 3-1. I don't have to give you all the cliches. It just boils down to this. If the Celtics lose, they're off for the summer. If they win, it's a 6th game on Friday night. If they win that one, it's back here on Sunday for a 7th game. But in order for all of those things to happen, they've got to win tonight. We'll be talking about this game with Bob and I in a little bit. First of all, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back to have our television chat with Celtics head coach Bill Fitch.
Live from the Boston Garden, the Boston Celtics host the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 5 of the Eastern Division Championship. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by light beer from Miller, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. And by the First National Bank of Boston. New England's leading bank is looking for smaller companies with big ideas. And by True Value Hardware Stores, more than just a name, it's our way of doing business. And by your New England Toyota dealer. Oh, what a feeling to drive a Toyota. And by New England Telephone, a call can keep you closer. Tonight's Boston Celtics Philadelphia 76ers basketball game is a sports presentation of Field Communications. Now, Gil Santos and Bob Cousy.
Well, it's a standing ovation for the Celtics right now from the Garden crowd. Another sellout, of course. A standing O for the Celtics before Game 5. A game, of course, that they desperately have to win as they trail the 76ers 3-1. Bob, at this point in time, there are no surprises, there are no tricks, there are no great speeches to be given. It's simply a matter of, if you look at Bill Fitch, and it's simply a matter of Bill getting his troops to dig in and do the job.
I think myself that that first game blowout, believe it or not, perhaps has had, there's Billy Cunningham, the Philadelphia coach, perhaps had very negative overtones as far as the Celtics were concerned. I think it was done just easily enough to lull them into, here are officials tonight, by the way, Ed Rush on your left, Darryl Garrettson, who was the chief of officials for the NBA, in the middle, and Walter Rooney on the right. I would assume Walter Rooney would be the alternate. I'll tell you what, they can use about 8 alternates tonight because we may wear out 2 a quarter. They may have to run in substitutes on the officiating staff. I think we're going to have a war. But in any event, I think that first game blowout just caused the Celtics, to sit back to some degree. That game on Sunday, I thought they were waiting defensively for Philadelphia to miss, as opposed to going out and attacking the ball and trying to force errors. That kind of, intensity. There's Tiny, who I'm sure would much prefer being uniform tonight, listening to the plaudits of the standing ovation that the crowd is giving them. This kind of a emotional support demonstration by the fans, I think 2 things are important. As far as Boston's concerned, they have to try to establish a tempo early by using this high they're on.
All right.
They don't want to let it all blow out in the first quarter, however. This will happen in an emotional game. You will go like gangbusters for 12 minutes, and then all of a sudden the air's out of your balloon, and you have a more severe letdown than you might normally expect. From Philadelphia's standpoint, they have to withstand this initial onslaught that they expect to get from the Celtics, and obviously, give 6 or 8 points, but don't allow a 15 or 16-point balls to be opened up quickly. Hang in there closer than that until the Celtic emotion starts to neutralize a bit.
All right, Bob, what about Gerald Henderson now? We saw Henderson perform so very well when Tiny Archibald was injured during the regular season. The rough situation, really, of coming in off the bench cold in the Saturday game and then playing again on Sunday without really having an opportunity to practice with the ball club. The last few days since then, of course, he's been practicing as the #1 lead guard. Does the practice time in between, will it make that much of a difference for Gerald to get him into the flow of what they're trying to do and get the ball club back into the flow of having Gerald running the show?
I think psychologically it'll make a great difference.
Okay.
I think despite the fact that he has filled in for Tiny very effectively during the year, he's had by far his finest year as a professional in the NBA this year. the fact that Philadelphia's double teaming inside. Now, the first 2 games they did it, and Tiny hit extremely well from outside, especially in the second game. He had 24 points.
Yeah.
Most of them on that double team into Parrish and back out to Tiny. All of a sudden, Tiny's out. Gerald now not only inherits the full responsibility of running the show, running the fast break, but also, frankly, hitting that outside shot because ML has been shooting very poorly. And for that matter, Larry Bird has not shot up to expectations from outside. What I'm saying is I don't think he had the opportunity or the time to make that mental adjustment. I think, as Bill Fitz said on top, you're going to see a different ball team in terms of the fast break tonight, and I think primarily that will be caused by Gerald Henderson responding now with 2 days and accepting, the challenge and going to work.
Do you think we might expect to see, as you're looking at Bill Fitch after the Celtics starting lineup was introduced, do you think we might see more of Larry Bird in the backcourt in this game?
I don't know. I would like to see that, frankly. I would like to see him go to Larry before he goes deeper into the bench. I think Larry can play, as he has proven already, adequately in the backcourt, and he gives them an extra board man. He certainly can pass as a guard, and, of course, an additional outside shooter as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now, Brighton's Freddie Tag Tenaglia with our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming.
He does a fine job, doesn't he?
Whew. Powerful.
Freddie Tag Tenaglia from Brighton with our national anthem. And so we're set for basketball. Darrell Garrettson and Ed Rush will be our officials for the ball game, and the alternate, Walter Rooney, as Bob told you. Any last-minute thoughts or ideas, Robert, mon ami?
Well, only that the Celtics simply have to get it back to basics. And this time of the year, with the kind of pressure that is on a series like this, normally it's defense and rebounding that separates the men from the boys and determines who's going to win the game and, for that matter, the series. The Celtics simply have a better club, in my opinion. However, they haven't quite played up to their potential.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia, given last year's result, blowing that 3-1 lead in the playoffs, the humiliation of that first game here in Boston, I think simply has played with more intensity. Boston must reach that intensity level, and then I think simply the best team will win.
Suppose the Celtics win tonight and it goes to a 6th game on Friday. Do you think that increases the pressure on Philadelphia and decreases it on the Celtics?
I think without question. I think if they win tonight, they'll win in Philly. The one I would worry about would be the third one back here.
All right, set to go. Game 5. Either the season ends tonight for the Celtics or it continues into Friday. The Lakers are resting and waiting for the winner of this series. Celtics controlling the tap to start the ball game. Gerald Henderson, who is installed as the point guard with Tiny Archibald out with that separated shoulder. Maxwell in low on Erving, blocked by Erving. Good defensive play by the doctor. Here's a guy that has hurt the Celtics as much as Andrew Toney in this series, a fine ball player, Maurice Cheek. Toney sneaks in for 2.
Okay, he's become a much, much more complete basketball player this year. He not only does it with the ball, as he did so effectively on Sunday, but he does it without the ball, as he did that time, coming from the weak side underneath, and they caught him for the layup. There's the Henderson move. Tony overplaying him to the middle. Cheeks, excuse me, so he takes the outside, brings it in.
And they call it in the active shooting, so Gerald gets 2 free throws, and he hits the first one. This program authorized under telecasting rights granted by the Boston Celtics solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and WLVI-TV is prohibited. Henderson on Mo Cheeks as we're tied at 2. Haven't played a minute yet. Caldwell Jones just drifting through the middle. Gets an easy 2.
Robert Parrish was looking to help out, and the dropped bounce pass kind of caught him by surprise. You're absolutely right. Caldwell just walked through there. Robert's going to have to be a little more alert than that.
All right, Parrish this time around. Caldwell Jones.
I'll tell you, that's alert.
Boy, he splashed that one home. 4-4. 10 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The doctor touching the ball on offense for the first time. Bobby Jones, who was not heard from in game 1. He didn't score a point, but since then he's been effective. Bird. Caldwell Jones the rebound. The Celtics have out-rebounded Philadelphia 49-43 in an average in the series so far. Nice pass by Tony, but Jones couldn't quite control it. Philadelphia back quickly on defense, prevented any fast break there. Chief up top. Game is tied at 6-6. Ten minutes even to play, first quarter. And we've got a foul on Gerald Henderson. That's his first.
I think you're going to see the officials calling him tight for obvious reasons here in the first quarter. They want to establish their own tempo in the game. Let the boys know that they're going to call them and not to get too emotional and too physical too quickly. That time just a hands-on foul by Gerald, and I think Gerald's going to have to be careful. He mustn't gamble too much. The Celtics need him in that game.
Erving missing. The Celtics with a chance to take the lead for the first time. They do not. Parrish battling for the offense. Maxwell with a steal. Great move by Maxwell to get himself in a position to be fouled while in the act of shooting.
Better job that time by Max in protecting the ball. Hustles for the loose ball, brings it back to the basket. You notice he puts his body between the ball and the defensive man, Bob Jones, picks up the foul and still is able to get some sort of shot off.
That is the first personal foul on Bobby Jones, the second on Philadelphia here in the first quarter. It is 7-6, the Celtics with their first lead of the game. 8-6 as Maxwell buries them both.
This is the kid that the Celtics have to concentrate on, believe it or not, as much as Tony.
Oh, yeah, he's a good player.
Tiny's penetration opens up so many opportunities for the men underneath, for the guys in white. And
the steal by Parrish. Stole it right away from Tony.
Beautiful. Big guy took it away from the 6'3" guard.
Nice steal on the other end by Bobby Jones. It is 3-on-3. Fine defensive play by ML Carr.
Yeah, Celtics have come to play D, obviously, tonight. Good pursuit by ML, which took a layup away from Maurice Cheeks. There it is. Catches Bird going away. Good overplay by Bobby Jones, who's an outstanding defensive player. Comes up with that steal.
Foul on ML Carr as he hit Andrew Toney, who was cutting through the middle. First foul on ML and the second team foul on the Celtics. So each team now has 2 team fouls here in the first quarter. 9 minutes, 7 seconds to go.
We saw Tony go without the ball on the play to open up the game. He went back to go away from the flow. This is because ML is overplaying him, trying to keep him from getting the ball. This is what you try to do with an outstanding offensive threat like Tony. Cut down his opportunities.
Foul going the other way, an offensive foul in Philadelphia. This one's called on Andrew Toney, his first personal foul. Remember, offensive fouls do not count against the team's team fouls. Each team allowed 4 team fouls in a quarter. All right, it is 8-6, the Celtics are leading. ML Carr got Toney on him. Now Parrish, they double up on him and steal the ball, but Maxwell comes up with a loose one. Basket count, no!
Oh, wow.
Ed Rush calls it the other way.
Tough call there. The Boston big men simply have to respond to this quick double up by Philadelphia more quickly. They're waiting a little too long. There's the foul, the Maxwell pickup. Oh, boy, that could have gone either way, I'll tell you.
I thought it was a bad call myself. Woo. All right, it's 8-6 Celtics, 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cheeks comes driving down the lane, and he is called.
Fine position defensively by Gerald Henderson. Causes that offensive foul. Cheeks wants to go inside. Henderson, with the good position, is squared away and just absorbs the contact. Second on Maurice Cheeks.
All right, Celtics still up 8-6. Larry Bird's first shot. 10-6 Celtics. 8:10 to go. First quarter. Cunningham trying to get Cheeks to slow it down as Cheeks was pushing the ball up the floor.
Yeah, I would think early on in this game that would be a more intelligent strategy for Philadelphia to kind of slow and control the tempo. Don't let the Celts establish a running situation. Good pressure by Henderson.
Couldn't get control. That was it. All right, Henderson, Carr, Maxwell, Parrish, and Bird for the Celtics. Tony, Cheeks, Erving, Caldwell, and Bobby Jones for Philadelphia. 7:46 left to play first quarter. It's tense right now, I'll tell you that. 10-6, the Celtics are leading, but you can feel the tension in the air.
Celts still trying to go inside. There's the quick double up.
Move.
That time Max expected it. He spun into the Tony pressure from the weak side, but he's able to avoid it. Watch this now. They can't take more than one dribble once they receive the ball in there because those guards drop in very quickly.
All right, timeout on the floor. 7:31 to go in the quarter. The score is the Celtics 12, the Sixers 6. We'll be right back. Is the Fawns gone for good? See Happy Days tomorrow at 6. Then at 6:30, Laverne and Shirley open a plant business that isn't exactly blooming. Great laughs tomorrow night, starting at 6 on Channel 56. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy here at the Garden. 7.5 minutes to go first quarter. The Celtics lead 12-6. As you look at Gerald Henderson against Mo Cheeks. Good defensive work by Carr, but the call is on ML Carr as he was on Cheeks tight. That is the second personal foul on Carr.
ML going for the steal. Of course, ML does it very well, so it's hard to second guess him on a move like this, but Tony is learning to protect that ball pretty effectively. I would think he'd want to play position as opposed to trying to go for the steal on Tony.
All right, Andrew Toney takes a really low percentage shot and does not hit it. Robert Parrish the rebound, and the Celtics push it up. Henderson, pull up, 14-6, Boston.
That's what Gerald's got to do, push that ball up quickly and put as much pressure on that Philadelphia defense as possible, as quickly as possible.
Julius Erving, his first 2 points of the game. Celtics are 5 out of 7 from the floor. Philadelphia is 4 out of 6. They do not double-team Parrish this time, and he buries it.
I'll tell you, I think Robert's come to play. Well, they're clearing out the side that they go into him on, so that avoids at least pressure from in front. What he's got to watch for when that happens is that weak side man coming over quickly, either baseline or through the middle.
Tony from downtown. Basket counts, and he is fouled by Cedric Maxwell. Well, hey, Andrew Toney hit about a 20-footer there.
I'll tell you, as they should have already found out, you've got to pick them up sooner than this. For that matter, whoever's responsibility is at the moment, it's ML Carr. If he can find him coming down floor, because when he gets isolated on top there, boy, he gets tough, especially when he's alive with his dribble, because then you can't come in too tight.
Second personal on ML Carr, the fourth on the Celtics as a team. Parrish misses his first shot. He was 3-3 before that. Bird the offensive bound. Henderson, 18-10, the Celtics by 8, 6:23 left first quarter.
I'll tell you, give Larry Bird the credit for keeping that one alive and then dishing it off to Henderson into the middle. Good position on that offensive board.
So the Celtics are up 8 points right now. We have 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Julius Erving. The steal by Henderson.
It's not a kick either. It has to be intentional.
Does not get the pull-up. Carr on the offensive board. No. The steal out of Caldwell's hands.
Oh, that's
count the hoop.
Take it away. Good hustle by ML. He rushed the first one, but he hung in there tough on the second one. And he got himself two by being patient. Good hustle.
Biggest Celtic lead of the game, 20-10, just under 6 minutes to go, first quarter. Maurice Cheeks. Oh, the defense is ferocious, Coos.
Well, ML continues to deny well on Tony.
Boy,
however, Tony continues to do his magic. The kid is tough. He's only 6'3", but he's extremely strong, and as we've said, he has become a much more complete player this year than he was last. He still will every now and then fight the double team, as we saw a while ago. But, boy, he's learned to shoot it.
Parrish on the turnaround. He's hit 4 out of 5 shots. You know, Tony this year, Coos, now through 10 games against the Celtics, 6 regular season, 4 playoff, as Mo Cheeks fires one up. Parrish really skied. The steal by Jones. Good play. Back to, got a foul on Julius Erving. Offensive foul.
He ran the baseline on Parrish. Dal Gatson is saying he hooked him. The man who gets the rebound, as we've said often, should not try to make that outlet pass, especially into the pack. Tough pass to make. There you see Jay run that baseline on Robert, and they say he hooked him on the way by.
They've taken a timeout. I was about to say that against the Celtics through 10 games this season, 6 regular season and 4 playoffs, Tony is averaging 25 points a game against Boston. All right, with timeout on the floor, 5 minutes to play in the quarter, it is the Celtics 22, the Sixers 12. So far in the first quarter, the Celtics have hit 9 out of 14 shots, 64%. Philadelphia 6 out of 10, 60%. Parrish with 8, Henderson and Tony with 6 each. Celtics out rebounding Philadelphia 8-2 so far in the first quarter. As you look at Billy Cunningham, Darryl Dawkins has come in for Philadelphia, replacing Bobby Jones. And Clint Richardson has come in, replacing Maurice Cheeks. No replacements for the Celtics yet. Maxwell. Jones fell down on him. Henderson, line drive, no. Dawkins, who has played sparingly but very well. The pass by Erving just a little bit too far for Richardson. Unable to get the layup, and the Celtics get the steal when Philly tried to kick it back out. Okay, 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Then good defensive pursuit on the part of the Celtics, getting back into the play and then swarming over the ball, coming up with a loose ball finally.
ML from outside has been very cold in the series. Foul is called underneath, loose ball foul. And it's going to be on Robert Parrish. That is the Chiefs' first personal foul. Coos, what do you think? 4:16 to go in the quarter. Your impressions of the way things are going. That is the 15th foul, by the way, on the Celtics, and Dawkins will be at the line.
Well, by virtue of the Celtics hustling more, if that's possible, everything they're doing is becoming, at this point at least, somewhat more effective. Tony has gotten his 3 hoops, so he continues to score. But this is what we're saying on top. It's somewhat irrelevant, you know, how many Tony gets. In Bill Fitch's opinion and mine, he's not going to beat you by himself, assuming the Celtics, as I say, play their best game. So they also took the second and third pass that last time down in a half-court offense, by the way, when a double team hit down below, and that's what they've got to do.
Parrish from the foul line extended, and it's a 10-point lead again for the Celtics with 4 minutes to go in the quarter. 24-14.
Chief is red hot.
Boy, isn't he? Missed 1 shot in 6 attempts. He's 5 out of 6 here in the first quarter. Caldwell Jones. And now Julius Erving. The doctor has 1 hoop. Off-balance shot. Parrish has had a swarm of rebounds as well. Birds pull up. Splash. 12-point lead. 26-14. 3.5 minutes to go.
That time the outlet went to ML, but he pushed it up quickly enough to find Bird in the left corner for the quick outside shot.
The scoring machine misses for Philly. Celtics are 4-on-4. Bird is going to be called for steps.
Larry was looking for something better. He had himself a little 16-footer that he finally buried, but the indecision caused him to take some steps. Maxwell, taking Tiny's role, did a good job there. He knew the trailer was coming up on his right side, and he drove the defense off and underneath. It left Bird by himself, but as I say, a little indecision caused the walk.
Erving gets 2 on a sweet move.
Good job by Jay. Max went for the steal. Watch it now. He doesn't get it. Jay wheels in and again protects very well with the body against the Bird weak side help.
Well, I tell you, that was a great move, wasn't he? Oh, my, what a move. Erving has not hit from the foul line in this series. He's shooting only 65% coming into this game. He missed 5 or 6 on Saturday. All right, Henderson, just under 3 minutes to go in the half. The Celtics lead is 10 points. Parrish loses Dawkins, and Parrish has 6 baskets in 7 shots. 12 points for the Chiefs. Celtics lead by 12. Clint Richardson. Good job by Erving to keep the ball alive. The near steal, it's out of bounds, off of Boston. You know, Bob, Clint Richardson has been a key guy for Philadelphia in this series.
Done a good job.
Come in off the bench as their third guard, averaged 7 points and 5 rebounds.
Yes, sir. He's not a shooter, but he's given him good hustle defensively, and he hasn't done a bad job in handling the ball.
Dawkins, who has shot very well in the series. As a matter of fact, he's shooting 55% coming into the game, averaging 11.5. Celtics lead is back to 10, 28-18.
Yeah, Robert's got to give him more pressure, given the condition of his leg. If he's not 100%, don't give him the outside shot. Because Robert was right there on that play. Bird with the good penetration.
Maxwell does not get the tip in. As you saw, Julius Erving trying to play the defense on Bird. Now Tony back, kicks it off to Erving. Basket. Bird had hit the deck.
Yeah. Tony wiped Bird out after he passed off to Jay. Watch this. Just
should have been an offensive
sends
foul.
him flying. No foul call.
28-20. The Celtics are up by 8 points. 1 minute and 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter from the Garden. Nice give and go. Carr does not get the basket.
Yeah, ML continues to struggle offensively. I think he's putting a little pressure on himself. You know, he wants to generate that offense. Just a little too anxious to do it, and as a result, he is perhaps shooting a little prematurely.
All right, 1 minute and 36 to go in the quarter, and ML Carr is at the line for 2 free throws. You look at Danny Ainge, who was checked in for Gerald Henderson. Henderson played well so far through the first quarter. Now Ainge is in to replace him with 1 minute and 36 to go in the quarter. 28-20, the Celtics lead by 8 points, and we have a hold-up here for a moment. All right, Darryl Garrison bouncing it to ML Carr. And ML's got a pair of free throws coming.
ML a 70% free throw shooter during the year.
During the series, he's 80%.
Yeah, ML will get it done for you at the line. I'll tell you, he's having his problems, as we pointed out, offensively, but it isn't caused by a lack of courage or, or determination to take that shot or make the move.
Celtics again with a 10-point lead, 1.5 minutes to go, first quarter. 30-20 Boston. Dawkins. The Celtics will generally give him that shot. Bird the rebound. Parrish. Now ML Carr. Celtics leading 30-20 as Dawkins came out on Carr. They get it quickly to Parrish, and a foul will be called. That will be the 15th team foul on the Philadelphia 76ers. The second personal foul on the big man there, Darryl Dawkins.
There it is. Robert got pulled out with that pass from Larry Bird, but he got himself right back in. There was a switch on the play, and Dawkins himself had to go back down and quickly pick up, and that's what I think caused them to be a little over-anxious and pick up the foul.
Mike Bantam is in for Philadelphia. There you see him, number 42, and Caldwell Jones goes out. So Philly has Richardson and Tony at the guards, Dawkins in the middle, Bantam and Erving are the forwards. It is 31-20. The Celtics by 11 points. 1 minute and 9 seconds to go, first quarter. First free throw the Celtics have missed in the game. Tony averaging 25 a game against the Celtics in the playoffs. He averaged 25 a game against them in the regular season as well. And the ball will be out of bounds off Danny Ainge.
Both officials on it. Good call. Danny probably should have gone after the ball. He tried to fake the official out and make him think that it went off red, but he had about 15 feet with his speed. He might have been able to save that and not gamble on the call.
All right, Tony to inbounds for Philadelphia. He does, out to Clint Richardson. Erving missing the shot, and Cedric Maxwell's going to pick up his third personal foul.
And not a good one either, because Jay was well beyond his range, I believe. Jay doesn't like to shoot from that far out generally. He likes to take it in, as we've seen him do so effectively. Or, of course, get it off the fast break. He'll hurt you with a little 15 or 16 footer. That time he was out 18 and 19, and Max just ran at him.
So Maxwell sits down with 3 personals. Kevin McHale is in to replace him. For Philadelphia, Maurice Cheeks comes in, replacing Andrew Toney. And Julius Erving is shooting 2 at the line. 65% from the foul line in the series. He gets this one. He missed his first free throw earlier in the game. 31-21, the Celtics in possession of a 10-point lead. It's been as high as 12. Philly's biggest lead has been 2. All right, back down to 9 with 45 seconds to go in the quarter as Danny Ainge comes up against Maurice Cheeks. Carr. Ainge. ML again.
Hey, those Philly guards do a fine job in swarming after that ball.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Parrish.
It's falling for Parrish today.
Yes, when you've got the hot hand, boy, you know it. He wants the ball. He wants the offense. And he's not wasting any time. He was taking a little too long, I thought, over the weekend and waiting for that double team to come in and put him under a lot of pressure. Now he's either shooting quickly or kicking out and looking for that free man.
That's 15 points now for Robert Parrish with 8 seconds to go in the quarter. They get it into Dawkins. Now Mo Cheeks. They have 3 seconds left to get the shot away. Cheeks does not hit it. The quarter ends. The Celtics have a 12-point lead. A very good quarter for the Celtics and a standing ovation. An 11-point lead, rather. At the end of the first quarter, the score, the Boston Celtics 33, the Philadelphia 76ers 22. We'll be back to the Boston Garden right after this. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Garden, the Celtics by 11 as we start the second quarter. Robert Parrish had 15 to lead all scorers in the first quarter of the game, and we've got a foul, or is it? No, the ball is out of bounds. No foul call.
Well, for an opportunity here to perhaps increase their lead, Joe, with both Tony and Jay out of there. Philadelphia not with the most awesome offensive team in there at the moment.
Mike Bantam loses it. Parrish is tied up by Bantam, but a foul will be called on Bantam. His first, and the first on Philly in the second quarter.
Well, this used to be, before this year, a 2-shot foul. There's Richardson losing control. Robert Parrish coming out with it. Bantam comes over the top. And there's Robert extricating himself from the stranglehold.
Celtics in the first quarter, 13 of 21 for 63%. Philadelphia 9 of 17 for 54. Erving with 8, Tony with 6. Maurice Cheeks scoreless in the first quarter. All right, Ainge, Bird, McHale, Parrish, and Carr on the floor for the Celtics. Bobby Jones, Bantam, Richardson, Cheeks, and Dawkins for Philadelphia. The Celtics swing the ball around. ML doesn't get it. And the loose ball comes down to Clint Richardson. Nice bounce pass to Cheeks.
That's a good job. I was going to say the Celtics have done a good job with their transition game so far. They hadn't given up too many fast break layups. They did that time, however. Danny Ainge probably should have taken that shot, although the Celtics want to take the second and third pass, as we've commented on. Robert Parrish again draws the weak side coverage from Bob Jones after Dawkins went for the steal and almost got himself another one.
Foul is called on Bobby Jones, his second.
There it is. Dawkins goes for the steal on the outside. Here comes Jones over from the weak side.
And Parrish misses his second free throw in a row. Got another one here, just under 11 minutes to go in the first half. Boy, is it hot in here tonight or what?
You notice, huh?
Woo. Huh? I think we're in a below the equator on this one. Okay, 34-24, Celtics with a 10-point lead. Bantam, not known for his offense, doesn't get it. ML, the loose ball, is stripped of it.
Wow.
Now, Kevin McHale, the rebound.
Well, Philly got an extra shot that time. Should have been a foul called on that play down floor. Good swing of the ball.
Yes.
Again, Celtics taking the additional pass. We've read about it enough in the paper the last couple of days as to how to combat the double team. You've got to find the quick man. The rotation gets over quickly, so you've got to take the additional pass to find a man usually on the weak side who has much more time for a little 15-footer.
Bobby Jones does not get his 15-footer. Ainge was going for the rebound and went off Mike Bantam. 10:07 to go in the half. Caldwell Jones is in for Philadelphia. He replaces Darryl Dawkins. And now Andrew Toney will come in for the Sixers, and he replaces Clint Richardson. Celtics are leading 12, 36-24.
This is the stage of the game, by the way, where you have to pay particular attention to Toney. We talked about the initial burst of intensity that you start the game with. ML has been thinking about 2 days about Andrew Toney and nothing else. So the first quarter, it's easy to get yourself up and play the good deny. Now you're let down a little bit. He's been out of the game. He comes back in. This is when the mental discipline, of restarting that effort again is very important.
All right, Danny Ainge against Cheeks. Celtics are leading by 12. Gerald Henderson getting set to come in for the Celtics. Carr, Bird posting up on Bantam. Does not hit it, and Cheeks comes down. Bantam loses it. He's been very ineffective in this series, Bob. He played well for them when he came over from Indiana.
Yeah, Mike works hard defensively, but as I say, he's not going to hurt you much with his offense. He's not a bad rebounder. ML coming out. Good move, I think, on the part of Bill Fitch with Toney coming back in there. I think he needs a fresh body.
Interesting move, too, because it now puts Ainge at the shooting guard position.
That's the way that weak side. Woof, Bird goes down. That's the way that pass has got to come out of there from Parrish on a double-up.
Good job by Henderson to prevent Cheeks from getting the layup. Andrew Toney, they double-teamed on him, and now Bobby Jones. Basket counts. Foul is called.
Excellent job by Bobby Jones on that penetration. He's a right-handed shooter, but he will hurt you by going to his offside. Has a lot of confidence in that left-hand shot. Just leans in.
The foul on Kevin McHale, his first personal, and the first on the Celtics in the second quarter. That cuts the Celtic lead to 9 points on the three-point play by Bobby Jones. Bird into the pack to McHale. Nice feed.
Good job. Again, the Bird penetration. Developing that play. Here it is.
Oh, block on the live action at the other end. McHale blocking Cheeks. Henderson, no. Foul will be called on Philadelphia. While we were showing you the replay, Cheeks came pouring down the floor, tried to hit a layup. We're going to show it to you right now. What a play by McHale. Oh, you don't see the block. McHale blocked it right to the hands of Henderson, who just came blowing down the floor. The foul is on Caldwell Jones, his first, the third on Philadelphia in the quarter. Henderson with 2 free throws.
Good decision by Gil to take it into the pressure also. Caldwell is an excellent shot blocker, and if he'd have left him underneath by himself guarding the ball, I think perhaps he'd have gotten a piece of it, or certainly not a foul.
All right, the second one is no good. It's 39-27. Mo Cheeks on the pull-up. Bobby Jones.
Got to box that kid out, I'll tell you.
Back down to 10.
Always going to that offensive board. Needs your constant attention.
Ainge with Toney on him. Danny takes the jumper. And he buries it. 41-29.
Well, for a lot of obvious reasons, that would help the cause.
Certainly would.
There's been a lot said about the Celtics' inability to hit that outside shot and the double teaming of the big men inside. So if Danny develops a hot hand.
Look at that defensive work by Henderson. And they force Philadelphia to the turnover. Backcourt violation.
And again,
great defensive work.
Toney hasn't done that too often, but that's where perhaps he can be exploited. He doesn't handle that extreme double team pressure that well as he demonstrated there.
Another standing O at the Garden for the Celtics with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. The score: the Celtics 41, Philadelphia 29. We'll be right back. William Holden, Alec Guinness, Sessio Hayakawa, and Jack Hawkins in Bridge in the River Kwai. A great movie. Winner of 7 Academy Awards. Friday night on the 8 o'clock movie on Channel 56. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy here at the Garden. The Celtics are up by 12. Parrish is 16 points, but he's just gone into the locker room with trainer Ray Melchiori. Robert, we understand, is bothered with some problems with his feet. And we don't know if that's the problem right now, but he's gone into the locker room. And Rick Roby has replaced him at center. The Celtics 16 of 27 from the floor in the first half. Philadelphia 12 out of 25. That's 61% for the Celtics, 48% for Philly. 8 minutes to go in the half. The Celtics lead 12. Ainge, no good on that one.
He'd knocked that one down a moment ago. They swung it around on him again. And he took the quick shot. So let's go inside from that side first and then take the outside shot as their second option. Good pressure by Henderson.
That's the second time in a row he's done it to him. Last trip up, they forced Philly into a turnover. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Didn't hit anything.
Well,
McHale got it anyway.
A few of those in the second game would have helped a little.
Roby takes it in. Doesn't get the bounce. Out of bounds off Philadelphia.
Good hustle by Ainge and Roby. They hung in on that one. They didn't give it up because Philadelphia had the rebound and finally caused the deflection. Roby leans in. That's his shot. It looks like a tough one, but he's made it all year long. Jones can't quite find the handle.
All right, Ainge inbounds to Rick Roby. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go first half. The Celtics 41, Philadelphia 29.
Tempo has slowed down a bit here.
McHale backing in. Roby. Good goaltending.
Okay.
Goaltending. Was touched by Jones on the rim.
Good job by Roby again. Coming in off that bench fresh. There you see Bobby Jones. Once it's over the cylinder or on the rim, it cannot be interfered with. And Roby deserves the credit. He got the big offensive board. Celtics have done a good job so far in this game in controlling both boards, frankly.
Philadelphia on a double stack up high to clear out for Tony. They get the shot from the other side by Cheeks. The Celtics have their biggest lead right now, 14 points, 43-29. Bird does not get the runner.
They're doubling on Tony, and they're leaving the man furthest away from the ball free. So it's not easy. Like that time they had Tony. Here's the penetration by Bird. He senses the contact, or he feels it, actually. Tony leaning on him, and he takes an off-balance shot, picks up the foul by Tony.
All right, Maurice Cheeks goes out, and Bobby Jones goes out. Darryl Dawkins and Lionel Hollins are in. Hollins for his first extended game action. Bird hitting the front end. Hollins played the last couple of minutes down in Philadelphia on Sunday. Had missed all the games prior to that with a broken finger on his left hand that he sustained in punching the neck of Tree Rollins in the playoff series with Atlanta. Hollins jumped as high as he could, and all he got was his neck.
Why do those four little guards always go up? Whoa!
Pick his pocket.
Outstanding defensive play. Why do those little guards always go after the centers?
Henderson, no. Caldwell Jones, the rebound. The Celtics are up right now by 16 on Bird's 2 free throws. Hollins tries it. Broken finger or not, he buries it.
That's his shot.
45-31, the Celtics by 14. 6 minutes to go in the half. Henderson low.
Again, rush the shot. Get back into the play, Joe.
Hollins squeezing it off to the doctor, and he is fouled by either Roby or Ainge.
Should be on the pass, however. Let's see if they put him to the line.
Foul will be called on Roby, his first. It'll be a possession foul. Now, Lionel Hollins.
Okay, that's a break for the Celts. They had 3 fouls to waste, team-wise, before that one, so they took a potential basket away from Philadelphia by fouling Jay intentionally.
On the floor right now for Philadelphia, we have Hollins, Tony, Erving, Dawkins, and Caldwell Jones. For the Celtics, Henderson, Ainge, Roby, Bird, and McHale. Great pressure on Tony. Loses the ball, but it'll still be Philadelphia ball.
If you notice, Caldwell Jones, who was all the way over in the left corner, was the man they left free and ended up double up. They rotated to the ball, so the primary outlets were guarded. It's very difficult under that kind of pressure to pick that free man out cross court.
Tony.
Boy, they're making him work, I'll tell you.
Sure are.
That kind of effort on Saturday or Sunday would have produced some different results, I think.
5:20 to go, first half. McHale to the hoop, is fouled. No. It is called an offensive foul on Kevin McHale.
Well,
his second personal.
Kevin got it in there and then jumped backwards into the pressure. Cal Garrison makes the call. Here it is. Has a pretty good step on Caldwell, as you can see, and leans back. I guess it was a good call.
Hollins with the air ball. It's down the floor to Ainge. He can't get the ball as Dawkins was back to deflect it. Now, Philly has been getting back into the Celtics fast break passing lanes very quickly. An air ball by Erving. Celtics are leading 14. Great feed.
Beautiful.
Beautiful feed.
Henderson.
Henderson to Larry Bird, and the Celtics lead by 16, and Philly wants a timeout. With 4 minutes, 47 seconds left to play in the first half. Philadelphia 31. We'll be right back.
It is the right pass at the right time. Henderson glides in, just holds it up long enough for Bird to establish that right lane and open up some daylight. Beautiful play.
All right, the Celtics are up with their biggest lead, 16 points, 47-31, 4:40 to go in the half. Dawkins gets it low and does not get the hoop. The Celtics do not get the rebound. Dawkins makes the play. Andrew Toney is open, but even he can miss an open shot. I tell you, the battle under the boards is ferocious. Henderson like a dart. Finds Bird. All right.
I'll tell you, Bird knows when they're going in. He almost starts walking back before it hits the rim on that one.
18-point Boston lead. 12 points, 8 rebounds for Bird. And we have a foul being called by Darryl Garrison. No, an illegal defense. You look at Larry Bird.
That's what happens when you get the chief of officials out here.
We have just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. The Celtics have their biggest lead, 18 points, 49-31.
First one's a warning. Next one's a technical.
Hollins. No. The tip up, no, by Jones. Roby the rebound, but Henderson fell down. As Henderson started to head up the floor, Roby tried to hit him on the bounce pass. He slipped. And Roby is saying the ball belongs to the Celtics, and it does.
It was deflected, evidently. Roby setting that big blockbuster pick in the backcourt. When a guard is under extreme pressure, that'll shake it loose.
All right, Rick Roby gets the hoop. Basket count.
Good job.
Foul by Dawkins. It's a 20-point lead.
Big guy takes it into Dawkins. Same type of play as we saw McHale get hit on a little while ago. That time Dawkins didn't hold his position, and that's why the foul was on him as opposed to being a charge. There it is, runs his baseline, just leans in to get an angle on the play. Good job by Rick Roby.
That is the third personal foul on Darryl Dawkins, the fifth on Philadelphia as a team here in the second quarter. Roby makes it a three-point play. The Celtics lead by 21, 52-31.
There's the double team.
Erving does not get the basket. You know, Philly's only scored 9 points in this quarter.
Well, Kevin McHale is saying to Ed Rush, hey, this is the same kind of play you called on me a while back. Not quite, however. I think Jay had a lot more daylight. Used his amazing physical talent to free himself for that shot. Pick up the third foul on McHale.
Yes, I was going to say that could create a problem later on. McHale and Maxwell now each have 3 personal fouls. Erving gets 1 out of the 2, but he keeps the ball alive for Lionel Hollins. Toney blocked by McHale. Jones. Woo! Boy, I tell you, they are banging in there.
Is it physical into a foot?
God.
I'll tell you. Talk about basketball, now the way it should be played. I'll tell you, give Tony credit. He doesn't give up. He keeps letting them fly. Bobby Jones does a fine job on that offensive board, but the guys in white come out with it.
The second personal on Caldwell Jones. The Celtics are in the penalty situation right now as Rick Roby shoots 1 plus the penalty. One more for Rick Roby. Celtics looking for their biggest lead. They do not get it. Roby, that's the first free throw he's missed in the series. He had been 6 for 6. All right, Tony. Ainge is going to be called for a foul.
Only the 4th team foul, so Tony will not go to the line. That wasn't a bad move by Danny there, given the foul situation. Tony exposes it just momentarily. Ainge reaches in. He's awfully quick. He'll come up with it a lot of times.
All right, Hollins, now Tony. Bobby Jones. Erving is double teamed. Gets his crotch court pass to Tony. Blocked. Ainge. Tried to get it off to Henderson, and the ball was bounced out of bounds.
Danny looked left when he wanted to pass this right. See him looking away, and he does hit the line. Good call by Ed Rush. Okay, no need for chicanery at that point. He had the man open in the middle, in the corner, rather. Should have just looked him in the eye and let him have the fastball.
All right, Holland trying to go on Henderson. He does. Block.
Wow. I'll tell you, the Celtics playing some defense the last couple of minutes.
Maxwell is in, replacing McHale. Doesn't get it. Roby saved it. Henderson, fastball to Maxwell. Roby. No. Woo.
Max shouldn't have given it up.
No,
he had it himself.
Ainge is called for reaching in on Tony.
No, that was not a good foul that time. For the same reason, they're in a foul situation, and he tried to get him from behind. Although he's getting a little tired, he's done a pretty good job on Tony while he's been in there. This time, Tony was not moving laterally away from the basket so that the steal didn't hurt. He was moving towards the basket. By going for the steal, it gave Tony the opportunity to go to the hoop.
Andrew Tony to shoot 2 shots for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers have scored 10 points in 10 minutes here in the second quarter. Tony with 2. Gets the good roll. 53 to 33.
Tony, 80% free throw shooter in this series from the line.
Got 7 points so far in the game. 8 points for Tony, and Philly cuts the Celtic lead to 19 with 2 minutes to go in the half. Bird has played every minute of the first half.
Half-court pressure by Philadelphia.
Good feed in low to Carr. ML is called for taking steps.
Yep. Good defensive pursuit on the part of Philly. They got back in there after the penetrating pass had been made to Carr, and he did take steps on the play.
That is the 7th turnover against the Celtics. Philadelphia has 8. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in the half.
Turnovers are completely even in this series so far. Both teams have turned it over 73 times.
Maurice Cheeks missing from downtown. Maxwell the rebound. We have 1 minute and 30 to go in the half. The Celtics have played a superb first half in all phases. Maxwell low. Sneaks in.
Good job. Little half of hook shot. He did it quickly again before the double team got there. The big men have done a better job with this.
This will be the 3rd foul on ML Carr. And now Carr, Maxwell, and McHale all have 3 personal fouls.
And I think the mistake they're making, Gil, is they're going for the steal, you know, as opposed to playing deny. Once he gets it, then play position. Don't try to steal it.
Andrew Tony makes it 55 to 35 with 1 minute and 15 to go in the half. Tony has hit 4 free throws in a row here to bring Philly back to 19 again. 56-35, the Celtics.
2-1-2 zone pressure on the part of Philadelphia, trying to trap at half court. Celtics looking for the opening. They've got it spread. Now they're back in the man-to-man.
Cedric Maxwell and now Henderson. Does not get it. Tony gets the rebound. Ahead to Erving. Fouled by Roby.
No question about that foul. He wasn't going to give him the layup. Roby just hammered him.
Now you talk about making sure a guy doesn't make a layup.
Well, hey, every coach in the league will tell you.
Yes.
You know, if you're going to give one away, make sure the guy doesn't get the shot off. Don't allow it to be a three-pointer.
Julius Erving right now is looking for his 10th point of the first half. He is still looking for the 10th point of the first half. Still
struggling a bit from the line. It's hard to tell why. His release is fine. Probably just thinking about it. That'll happen when you miss a few from the foul line.
All right, that cuts the Celtic lead to 18 points with 50 seconds to go in the half. Bird gets it ahead to ML. Roby. Basket does not count. They're calling Roby for traveling.
There it is. ML tried to fake bringing it in. Goes to Roby. Probably a good call. We can't see it from here. Garrison on top of the play.
Last minute and a half or so, the Celtics have made a couple of mistakes. Loose ball underneath. Jones, steal by Bird. Henderson, look at that speed. No. Ball doesn't roll for him. Oh, the speed Henderson showed on that one.
ML Tony exchanging a few pleasantries. Here's Henderson with a step on the field. Glides in beautifully. Takes it nice and high. Protects it. Doesn't get the hoop, but picks up a foul on Tony, I believe.
Yes, his third personal foul. And Danny Ainge comes in replacing ML Carr for the Celtics. At the free throw line, Gerald Henderson will shoot 2. We have 26 seconds left in the first half. The Celtics are leading by 18. Their biggest lead has been 21. Philly's biggest lead was 2 points early in the game. Henderson's got, what's that, 4 free throws now, Ray Perry?
8 points, 4 free throws. He's missed one. Makes that 1.
20-point lead. 26 seconds left in the half.
Philly will probably go for one. Keeps bringing it up slowly.
Andrew Toney is out, so probably look for Julius Erving.
Well, they'll hit him with the double, I would assume.
Caldwell Jones. Ainge saves it for Bird. 3 seconds to go. Bird from half court. A 20-point first half Boston lead. And a standing O at the Garden. At the end of the first half, the scores, the Celtics 57, Philadelphia 37. We'll be back to the Boston Garden in just a moment. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back at the Boston Garden, where the Celtics lead by 20 as we start the third quarter, 57-37. Maurice Cheeks. And Gerald Henderson on him now. Toney from outside buries his first shot.
Well, Philadelphia is not going to shoot 29% this half, so...
Yeah, they had a rough first half.
I don't know if they can duplicate that defensive effort because they worked awfully hard that first half, especially double teaming Toney and Jay, but they're going to have to try it.
Bird getting his 11th rebound of the game, now his 12th.
ML continues to struggle, and now he's thinking about it.
Parrish missing badly, but the Celtics come up with the ball again. However, Philly gets it on the turnover. Cheeks leading the fast break. Parrish is blocks the shot of Cheeks, but a foul on Robert Parrish. The word is that Robert's okay.
It is. Cheeks a little change of direction here. Catches Robert just laying back momentarily, enough to pick up the, well, here it is. Robert comes over. Pretty good position there, but evidently got part of his arm. Cheeks' first point of the game.
So Philadelphia scored the first 3 points of the second half, and they've cut the Celtic lead to 17 points, 57-40. Does not get the second one. Parrish is okay, left in the second quarter, but he's all right. All right, Bird from downtown.
Woof, just buried it. Line drive job.
Larry had 12 points in the first half, now has 14 to go with 12 rebounds. Celtics lead again by 19 points. 59-40. They took control of the game midway through the first quarter and have maintained control ever since. Erving got himself in the air and almost hung up. Foul on Parrish. 3 on Robert Parrish. And Bobby Jones will shoot 2.
There it is. Jay with the double team again finds the open man, Bobby Jones, who moves to the basket well. Parrish ends up with both Caldwell Jones and Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones, a good foul shooter. In the series, he's 92% coming into this game. He's averaged 10 points a game in the series, 5 rebounds. And all of that after getting nothing in the first game.
Bobby does everything extremely well in this game. He doesn't look for his offense, but he can generate it. Oh, he's tough on the board.
Celtics throw it away.
Well,
turnover number 11.
Not a good omen here. Philadelphia in that 2-1-2 full court pressure, but it was passive pressure. Not really aggressive on the ball. Joe just threw it away.
Tony fills it up again. Philadelphia on a 7-2 run is back to within 15 points of the Celtics.
Here comes Philly.
Here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter, a foul called on Maurice Cheeks. That is his 3rd personal foul.
There it is. Robert's got to be careful not to take too long to wind up here. He did it well in the first half. He got the shot off before the double team got in there and was able to put that kind of pressure on him. That time Cheeks, well,
Celtics.
when momentum changes,
Yes.
everything goes wrong, and this is what we see happening here. Something has to trigger an explosion again on the part of the Celtics.
Parrish missing both free throws. Henderson, the good job to keep the ball. Bird. Parrish swooping in.
Oh, wow, good job. He had the jumper. He opted to bring it in and go for the dunk, and it paid off.
Oh, it's 61-44 with just under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Julius Erving. Jones leaves it for Cheeks, and now Jones again. No. Both clubs with their regular starting 5s out there right now. Henderson, ML, rolls it in.
ML didn't take any chances on that. You think he wanted that one?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's back up to 19 for the Celtics, 63-44.
6 points for ML. Celtics continue to rotate well defensively.
It's first time Cheeks has hit from the outside in this game. Cuts it back to 17. Henderson against Cheeks. Nice move.
Whew. Do it, Joe.
My, that was pretty.
Can't go to the outside. Nice quick rotation. Gets you to the inside.
Celtics, good rebounding position that time as they had 3 people under the hoop. They're back up by 19, 65-46 with 8 minutes, 50 seconds to go, third quarter. Bird. And Caldwell Jones, the rebound.
ML's picking Tony up a little too late.
Nice feed by Tony to Jones, who misses the bunny. And Maxwell gets it.
Well, both teams have been working so hard defensively in that first half and on those boards that it's starting to show in their offense.
Oh, Bird just floats in a runner. Back up to 21. The Celtics on a 6-point run.
They needed that one. Billy Cunningham wants a timeout, and it's a good one. Very propitious.
Philadelphia started strong here in the third quarter, but the Celtics have bounced right back. Timeout on the floor with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. The score, the Celtics 67, Philadelphia 46. We'll be back in just a moment. Clint Eastwood is a paid assassin who has to make one more hit in the Iger sanction tomorrow night's 8 o'clock movie on Channel 56. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Garden. The Celtics have spread their lead out again to equal their biggest lead of the game, 21 points, 67-46. So far, Coos, the Celtics have controlled the game since, about midway through the first quarter, and it's been their game since.
It's been a defensive gem, and they have controlled both backboards. Early here in the second half, they also got the benefit of a few good bounces on that offensive board that they were able to exploit. Larry Bird with a couple of hoops off it, so maybe the breaks are going to go their way. I'll tell you, they're certainly working hard enough to get the break.
Dawkins is in, replacing Bobby Jones, Caldwell Jones, who has not hit that shot since game 2. Celtics at 3-on-3. Oh, what a great play by Maxwell. Whew. Just kept the ball alive. The Celtics unable to do anything with it as Ed Rush called Robert Parrish out of bounds. But what a sensational play by Maxwell to save it, as the lead pass was a little too high for him, and he just kind of dished it off to Robert.
A little behind him and a little too high. It let him off the court, actually, but he was able to save it. It caught Robert by surprise. Tony isolated in the left corner. There comes the double team.
Now Cheeks open. He'll bang him in if you give him the room. 67-48.
That time, good swing of the ball on the part of Philadelphia. Obviously, Billy Cunningham pointed out to Andrew Tony not to do it himself. ML
Air ball.
Still having trouble.
Maxwell.
Oh.
Johnny on the spot. 21-point lead again with 7:05 to go, third quarter. Andrew Tony. He's hit 4 out of 5 shots in this half. Henderson gliding through, does not get the bounce. 2-on-2 Philly. Cheeks. Here come the Celtics, 3-on-1. 3-on-2 now as Dawkins is back. Bird does not get it, and he hits the deck. Andrew Tony back. Going to get a foul.
Well, I don't believe there wasn't a call. Neither can Bill Fitch. ML goes to Bird in the right wing. Just gets clobbered by Dawkins and knocked to the ground. Both officials in position to see the play. There it is. Watch Dawkins come across him.
Billy gets the ball, and the foul against Henderson, his third. The third team foul on the Celtics in the third quarter. Cheeks. No basket. Offensive foul, Philadelphia.
There it is. Cheeks, with his good speed, slows by Larry Bird along the baseline. Picks up his 4th foul with that offensive foul. When he gets in there, he tried to ward off that weak side pressure by using his left arm, and that picked up his 4th.
All right, 69-50, 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go, third quarter. Bird missing, and Erving with a rebound. Tony back. Philly's 3-on-4 right now. Tony loses the ball, but they're going to call ML Carr for the personal foul, and that should be ML's 4th.
There it is. Again, Tony being picked up much too late. You pick him up 16 feet from the basket. He's going to go on one of his runs.
He's got 16 points right now as he stands up there. Ainge is getting set to come in for the Celtics, and he replaces Carr. So Ainge is in and Carr is out. Tony with one more free throw has cut the Boston lead to 18 points. 6:05 left in the third quarter. Tony, who can be a one-man gang, now has 18 points.
Yeah, the game's breaking open a bit now. Not quite as tight and as intense, so this is when a Tony or a Jay can go wild if you don't keep that defensive pressure on him.
The foul is called on Clint Richardson, who has come in to replace Cheeks. That's the first on Richardson, the second on Philadelphia. The Sixers now have Tony and Richardson at the guards, Dawkins in the middle, Caldwell, Jones, and Erving up front. Celtics only second half change as Ainge in for Carr as Parrish hits the turnaround floater. And it's 19 points again for the Celtics. Tony.
Dawkins, good move by the big guy who's still limping a bit. Used all of his 240 or 50 or so to get in there and get that good position on that offensive board.
250 pounds, 6'11". Danny Ainge around the Parrish pick all the way to the hole.
Beautiful.
Boy, he went around him like he wasn't there.
Kid's got that kind of speed. If you're not down low when he circles that pick, boy, he can blow right by to the basket as he did there. There's the double team. Again, we heard Red Auerbach say at halftime, you know, that was one weakness they wanted to exploit. Tony has proven to us what an offensive power he is, but he still gets a little rattled with the double team pressure and doesn't pass as well as he might.
Dawkins knocks it away, but Henderson gets it back. Celtics are leading by 19. Bird on the runner. The hoop does not go. The foul will be called on Philadelphia, on Julius Erving.
Bird
His second.
continues to invent the shot he needs as he goes along. That time he didn't have to take it into the pressure, so he tried kind of a half windmill shot, I guess. Picked up the foul and still almost made the shot.
Larry Bird right now has 16 points and 13 rebounds.
Who was that foul on? Caldwell Jones?
On Julius Erving, his second. Caldwell Jones has gone out. Mike Bantam has replaced him. Right now, the Celtics have superior front court size in there with Parrish, Bird, and Maxwell against Dawkins, Bantam, and Erving. It's back up to a 21-point Celtics lead, 75-54. Just under 5 minutes to go, third quarter of Game 5.
And he's picking Tony up all over the floor.
Richardson, now Erving.
There's the double on Jay, causes him to give the ball back to Tony, and they immediately double on him again.
5 on the shot clock. Bantam has it stripped by Henderson.
Outstanding.
The Chief does not get the pull-up. I think he was trying to make it a
Is that
pass.
nice?
Yes.
Beautiful offensive play by the part of Maxwell off a very creative pass by Robert Parrish. You're exactly right. Triggered by this fine defensive play by Henderson. Gets it up quickly. This is a backboard pass. Maxwell sees the pressure outside, spins back in inside. Beautiful.
All right, on the other end now, live action. Philly has just missed a shot. Parrish up top again. No. Tony swoops around Parrish. Celtics by 23, their biggest lead of the game. Tony, Bantam, Erving. Talk about inventing a shot. He invented one there.
The doctor. Outstanding.
77-56. 3:28 left, third quarter. Celtics up by 21. Henderson is fouled by Clint Richardson. His second personal. Kevin McHale coming in for the Celtics. Well, we have a moment. Bob and I would both like to thank General Manager Jerry Walsh of Channel 56 and their program manager Howard Stevens for asking us to do tonight's game. And we'd like to thank General Manager Cy Yanoff and program manager Dick Kurlander of Channel 4 for giving us permission and allowing us to do the game for 56.
Gil, the way this game's going, the way both teams are expending themselves on the defense and on the backboard, it would appear to me that the strength of the respective benches is going to play a critical role here as the second half winds down.
All right, McHale is in replacing Bird. Cedric blocked by Tony, by Bobby Jones.
Good job by Bob Jones.
Richardson, excellent feed. Tell you, Bobby Jones gets up the floor as quickly on a fast break as you want.
Boy, there's a no-nonsense fast break by the Celtics. Good job.
Celtics
Philadelphia, I mean.
have called a timeout. Okay, we have 2 minutes, 57 seconds left to play in the third quarter. With timeout, the score is the Celtics 77, Philadelphia 58. We'll be back in a moment. Here's Romance in the Air tomorrow at 7. J.J. falls for an older woman on Good Times. And at 7:30, Epstein goes after Gabe's babysitter on Welcome Back, Kotter. Both right here on Channel 56. Gil Santos, Bob Cousy at the Garden. Celtics leading by 19 points, 77-58. Parrish, 24 points. Bird, 18 points, 14 rebounds. Maxwell, 10. Henderson, 11. For Philadelphia, Tony with 18. Erving with 12. I think we've hit a critical point in the game, Coos. 2:57 to go in the third quarter. If either team can put together a 6 or 7 point run, I think it'll indicate what kind of a game we're going to have the rest of the way.
Well, there's no question it would help the Celtics cause considerably in terms of putting it away, and obviously give Philadelphia new life. Ooh, Max hung that one up momentarily there. Clint Richardson. Philadelphia steals the ball extremely well. Cheeks is second in the league, and Jay is in the top 10. Both dangerous. There's the double on Maxwell.
McHale, foul call on Philadelphia.
Celts alertly going to this matchup, Bantam on McHale, which is a good move. I don't think Bantam can guard Mack effectively, although he did force him to the outside fall-away, which is his shot. But I'm saying as opposed to allowing him into the basket, which he's trying to avoid.
All right, McHale with 2 free throws right now. 2:43 left, third quarter. 78-58. Celtics back up by 20. on that matchup, McHale is 6'11". Bantam, 6'8". Oh, Kevin's got 3 inches on him and a wingspan to boot. Darryl Dawkins, the rebound of the missed free throw. 20-point lead, 2.5 left, third quarter. Tony whipping it inside to Richardson.
Richardson's first point of the game came over from the weak side.
Haynes. Now the Chief. Fancy Dan move. Basket won't go. Loose ball. McHale to Parrish. 2.
Oh, outstanding.
Bodies are everywhere.
Cooperation on the part of the Celtics.
Tell you, it's ferocious pushing underneath. Richardson outside, no. And a loose ball foul is going to be called, I believe, on Darryl Dawkins. It is getting violent underneath.
You know why it seems to be getting even more physical than it actually is, and I'll tell you, the boys are banging. As I say, both teams are starting to get fatigued, and as a result, they're not doing it as smoothly.
Smooth, right.
And it looks like it's even fiercer than it actually is, but boy, the bodies are flashing out there.
Well, I would not want to be in the middle of it, Mr. Cousy, despite the fact that it may not be as bruising as it looks.
You're just saying that. You'd wipe them out. Are you kidding me? A little tiger from Fairhaven.
Parrish missing the front end. Minute and 58 to go in the third quarter. The Celtics lead by 20. Chief missing them both. Ainge on the tip from McHale, tips it to Robert Parrish. Oh, the Celtics will regroup. Cedric. Foul on Philly.
Off-balance shot on the part of Max, but he got away with it. Drew the foul.
Mike Bantam, his third personal.
Now, Bantam really isn't getting much done out there, so
the other day,
the Celtics are concerned, I'm sure they'd like to keep him there for a while.
He fouled out the other game, on Saturday's game, I believe, in about 12 minutes of play. Cedric Maxwell has 10 points as he stands in.
Well, you know, you can say what you want about being a non-shooter, and I noticed in the paper they were saying, well, Bantam doesn't look to generate offense. He saves himself for the D and the boards. That's fine, but everyone out there also likes to get some points. So when you're not scoring, this puts a little more pressure on you sometimes. You know, in terms of picking up fouls, you're liable to be a little over-anxious maybe and foul more than you normally would. Double team on Tony again. That's where they want him, in the corner.
Maxwell doing a great job off the board. Parrish. Oh, look at that move. Look at that move. Celtics by 24.
Max comes out of the pack, gets it into Parrish, who plays tiny on this one.
McHale blocks Tony at the other end. Jones is blocked by Parrish. The Celtics are smoking. Max dishing off, and it's Tony back with it.
Henderson back.
Richardson scores.
That's good job. Good play, pass by Tony on that foray down the floor to Richardson.
55 seconds left in the third quarter. Haynes. Now Henderson. Celtics are leading by 22. Parrish on the turnaround. Doesn't get it. Tony sneaks around Henderson. Bantam blocked by McHale. Tony fires up a prayer. Maxwell gets it.
I'll tell you, they tired.
3-on-2 right now. Maxwell is fouled by Mike Bantam.
Both teams are really dragging. They have put themselves through not only an emotional ringer, but a physical one here. Here's Max trying to get it down the floor. He's caught by the pursuit from behind as well as in front. Dawkins steps in to meet him. Here he is. And he gets fouled by the man.
That's 4 on Bantam, 5 on Philadelphia as a team.
Cunningham has been able to stay pretty much with 7 men, but I think he's going to be forced to go deeper into his bench. And I'm not, all that sure that that's going to help, because I think Billy's done a fine job in rotating 7 men effectively. I'm not sure, of course, with Holland you'd have to say 8, but that's about as deep as he goes. I don't think he wants to gamble too much with Mix and the latter part of that bench. Puritan We used Puritan in the first game, but that's when they were 48 points down. So he wants to stick with 7, but I'll tell you, he's not going to make up a 22-point deficit with his starters at the moment because they are dragging, as are the Celtics. But the Celtics' strength all year, as we've said, has been that depth.
Bob, let's, for example, suppose the Celtics won this ball game by a big margin. I mean, they're ahead by 22 right now. Suppose they were able to maintain that and won by a big margin here. Psychologically, would that do anything?
You know, it's hard to estimate. If I'm coaching Boston, I'd rather quietly come out here with a 10 or 12-point win, frankly. Here's Tony, by the way, just running into McHale. Nothing is called. He flings it up. And Banham, it looks like, gets one shot at it. You notice everyone's standing around. Everyone is just wiped out. It's really that simple. Both of these clubs have expended themselves here in the first 3 quarters of the game. Here's the Banham move into the basket. Also is not able to create an opening for himself. Bobby Jones comes out of the pack.
It's also very hot in here.
Whew,
much hotter than normal. I'm sure that is taking its toll.
How hot is it, old-timer?
It's so hot. The Celtics are shooting 52% in the game, 32 out of 62 from the floor. Philadelphia's 23 for 71, 32% shooting percentage for Philadelphia in the game so far.
Well, Philly shot 32 or 3% in that first game when they got blown out. So
Maxwell with 2. Misses the front end. 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Celtics' biggest lead of the game has been 24 points. Philly's biggest lead was early, 6-4. 2-point lead. Now it is the Celtics by 23 as Maxwell hits. Lionel Hollins in the ball game for Philadelphia with Steve Mix. Hollins, Mix again on the baseline. That's what he does well.
Yes, sir. Mix is a shooter. He needs your attention.
And Darryl Garretson has called, looks like a foul on Roby. Yes. His third personal foul. Third personal foul on Rick Roby.
5 seconds left. Cunningham sends Tony back in for obvious reasons. He's got 3-point potential.
All right, 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Richardson loses the ball. Henderson from half court. We've come to the end of 3 quarters at the Boston Garden. And the score, the world champion Celtics, 85. Philadelphia, 64. We'll be back in a moment. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back at the Garden. Lionel Hollins was hit with a technical foul at the end of the third quarter, so Danny Ainge makes the tee. Now it's 86-64, and that'll be your official score after 3 quarters. So the Celtics outscored Philadelphia 29-27 in the third quarter, and now they lead by 22 points as we start the fourth and final. Big edge in rebounding, Bob. Look at this. The Celtics 44, Philadelphia 31.
We said on top they had to get back to the basics, defense and rebounding. That's exactly what they've done.
All right, to start the fourth quarter, Ainge, Henderson, Roby, McHale, and Bird. Ainge wide open, 18-footer. No. Richardson for Philadelphia. Now Mike Bantam, Steve Mix. He's out there with Richardson, Holland, Dawkins. Bird the rebound.
Henderson out front.
Good night. Celtics equal their biggest lead, 24 points. Dawkins, now Bantam.
Philadelphia doesn't have any shooters in there. No one wants to shoot it. They're all passing off. All right, Darryl says, give it to me.
88-66, 11 minutes to go in game 5. Richardson blocked it. Henderson got it back. Roby double teamed, is fouled.
All right, the Celtics have been doing a good job getting it out on the double team. That time Roby held it too long. He picked up the foul. Here's the Henderson breakaway that last time. Watch Hollins ride him out. Almost could have taken a bad fall. Gerald wanted the foul, didn't get it.
All right, Carr in, replacing Henderson. Carr loses the ball. Hollins for Philly. Could have been called for steps. Rebound deep, ML gets it. Carr, Ains, Bird, McHale, Roby. Against Hollins, Richardson, Mix, Dawkins, and Bantam. McHale. He stepped out of bounds.
Offense starting to get a little sloppy now as the team's tired. This is the time when you want to look down floor quickly. Danny missed Bird that time. Especially look for your shooters down floor because the defense is not as alert. They're not picking them up as quickly. So if you can, on a quick breakaway, catch a Bird in the front court before the defense sets, you can pick up some quick ones.
Dawkins. This is his second jump shot in a row from the corner. Back to a 20-point lead. Celtics up by 20, just under 10 minutes left in the game. They've led virtually all the way. Bird, fall away. Carr gets the rebound. And a foul is called.
On Dawkins, I believe. It'll be his fourth if it is.
No, it's on Steve Mix. Chalk that one up to Steve Mix. Yep.
That'll be his first.
Bird will put it in play. The second team foul in Philadelphia here in the fourth quarter. 9.5 minutes left in the game. Ains, almost losing it, gets it into Bird.
Well, I'll tell you, it was getting sloppy.
Bird tried the blind pass to Ains. Bantam got in the way. Made the steal. Bird the rebound. McHale. Right now, the guys look like they're running in cement.
Yeah, they're just tired. You know, they've earned the right to be tired, don't get me wrong, but it is getting sloppy.
It's very, very warm in the building. Of course, very warm outside, and got 15,000 plus in here. Bird is blocked by Bantam. The steal by Carr. 3-on-3. Nice dish off to Roby. Foul on Dawkins.
That'll be the big guy's fourth. Fifth foul, excuse me, on Dawkins. 13th foul on Philadelphia.
Rick Roby will shoot 2 for the Celtics. Take a look at this personal foul here. The steal by Carr, first of all. Nice dish off to Roby. Rick Roby shoots 2 for the Celtics. Kind of clanked the first one up there.
Got to stay with them. He kind of pulled back when he shot that. Got to lean into the shot.
Roby misses them both. Mixed, and now Bantam.
Boy, I'll tell you.
My goodness.
Let's hope no one gets hurt under that.
You know, foul is on McHale, his fourth. You know, we've played 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the fourth quarter, and a grand total of 6 points have been scored by the two teams. 2 by the Celtics and 4 by Philadelphia.
You know, that's fine with the Celtics for obvious reasons. When you're up by 20, let the clock tick on, and it's, you know, they're not trying to break any scoring records here. They'll take an 88-64 or 68 score. Al Dawkins.
He's pretty fresh. He's hit 3 in a row here in this fourth quarter. Well, the Celtics lead is down to 18 points. 8:26 left in the game. The crowd into its "Here we go Celtics" chant right now. McHale on the jump hook. Doesn't get the roll, and it is out of bounds off of Mike Bantam.
Celtics continue to get the bounces in this game, but I'll tell you, as we've said many times, you create your breaks in sports. Boy, they've worked hard to... Larry Bird continues to force his offense here.
All right, Hollins at the other end, partially blocked. Bird the rebound. Ains ahead. Got Dawkins with him. Ainge challenges the big man and scores.
That's good job. A lot of poise there on that move. Took the big guy to the hoop. Dawkins with 5 shots, a little reluctant to give him too much physical pressure. Good job by Danny Ainge, and the crowd responds.
We have 7:40 to go in the game. Time out on the floor. The scores, the Celtics 90, Philadelphia 70. Gil Santos, Bob Cousy at the Garden, 7:40 left. Celtics lead by 20. Parrish has 24 points and 9 rebounds. Larry Bird has 18 points and 17 rebounds. On the floor for Philadelphia, Tony, Richardson, Dawkins, Hollins, and Mix. That's a 3-guard offense. For the Celtics, Ford is in, Henderson, Parrish, Maxwell, and Bird.
You know, Larry Bird said yesterday that he agreed with the critics and said, I know I'm not generating that kind of offense, a little bit of a shooting slump, but I'm not passing badly, and I'm getting my boards, and I'll tell you, he's been a spectacular hit of boards tonight.
Coos, the move here by Billy Cunningham to go to a 3-guard offense.
Well, he's obviously trying to get more speed and scoring into the game at a time when he's got to generate some quick momentum here. The Celtics are adjusting well. Bill Fitch put in a fresh body in Chris Ford, and Larry Bird has played guard before, so he can guard any one of those plays.
Bird, nice feed to Maxwell.
Beautiful. Keeps his cool with the double team pressure, looks around, finally finds the 3-man on the weak side under the basket.
Back up to a 22-point Celtic lead.
15 points for Max now.
Dawkins.
Big guy continues to hit 4 hoops here in the last quarter, up to 14 for Darryl Dawkins. He deserves a lot of credit because he's played well given the fact that he's not 100%. Oh, Gerald Henderson. Nice move. There it is. Using Mac's pick or slides off it.
Well, that was pretty.
Yep.
That was pretty. Henderson with a free throw. 6:44 left in the game.
4 team fouls on Philadelphia now.
Missing the free throw. Mix and Tony both come down with it for Philadelphia. Celtics are up 22 points. Tony, 3-point shot, no. Bird, his 18th rebound.
I would think that they'd probably want to exploit the Bird-Richardson matchup.
Parrish with pressure, misses the shot. Maxwell the tip, no. Bird, yes.
Celtics starting to take control on that offensive board now.
They've equaled their biggest lead of 24 points. Andrew Tony. And Robert Parrish gets his 10th rebound.
Well, it's nice to see that kind of domination on those backboards. And the 3 white shirts going up. Of course, they're going to need it in 2 more games after this one.
And a foul will be called on Andrew Tony.
And that'll send the boys to the line.
Philadelphia's 5th team foul with 5:51 left. Andrew Tony goes out, and Earl Curitan comes in for the Sixers.
Well, Billy Cunningham, it would appear, has officially thrown in the towel
He's
now.
still got Erving on the bench, and he's taken Tony out and put in Curitan. So Chris Ford will shoot 1 plus the penalty.
Well, this game was won in about 2.5 quarters. Neither team had that much left after that. They went at it so hot and heavy in that first half, and for most of the third quarter, there just wasn't anything left. This is what we said on top. If Philadelphia could hang just close enough, and withstand that expected and anticipated onslaught on the part of the Celtics, that was so high emotionally, then they'd have a shot at getting back in. But when you're 20 down and you've had to work that hard, pretty tough to find the energy to come back.
Ford gets 1 out of the 2, and the Celtics have their biggest lead of the game, 25 points. This is Earl Curitan. Another rebound for Bird. Maxwell sits down with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Well, the Celtics have 3 players in double figures on the rebound. Chris Ford. They've still got Richardson on Bird. Now McHale on the turnaround. Robert Parrish, loose ball.
Give Chris Ford the credit for that tip. He alertly stayed on that offensive board and tipped it down to Robert.
That was Franklin Edwards swooping in to miss the shot. And it'll be a Celtic ball. 5 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the game. The Celtics with their biggest lead right now, 27 points, 99-72, as they have taken a hammer to the 76ers in this 5th game.
Good total and complete victory on the part of the Celtics. They're somewhat reminiscent of the first game. However, in between...
Well, we've had 3 blowouts now in the series. Alone, Ford.
Good job. Bird picked out the right man again. He decoyed with Parrish going through the middle. That threw the defense away from Ford and then ran a nice pass in with Chris underneath.
29-point Celtics lead as Mix goes in. Hollins blocked by Parrish, and a foul will be called. Either Parrish or it'll be Parrish. Is Ford. 4 minutes, 37 seconds left in the game. Rick Roby comes in. He replaces Robert Parrish, who gets a standing ovation.
Okay, the Chiefs played himself a ball game.
Ray Perry tells us Robert Parrish ended up with 26 points and 12 rebounds. 3 block shots. This is Lionel Hollins with 2. I'm sorry, with 1. It made it a 3-point play. 101-74 with 4.5 minutes to go. I'm sorry, he hit the 2. McHale.
Oh. Again, the strength of the young forward coming into play here in a lot of stages of the game with the team firing, as we said. Still hanging in there.
Mike Bantam is fouled by Bird. I think that's his first of the game, isn't it? No, it's his second. Mike Bantam to shoot 2 for the Philadelphia 76ers. 4:05 to go in the game. The Celtics are sitting pretty with a 29-point lead. Bantam from the foul line in this series is shooting 25%.
You know, you've got to feel bad for Kid because he's really thinking about it. His release is just atrocious. He's hitting the backboard with it. You can't, unless you've lived through that kind of pressure, it's hard to relate to it. You say, well, the guy on this level should be, but these guys, especially where the shooting is concerned, it's like when you start missing those short putts in golf, boy, it becomes a terrifying experience.
Ball is out of bounds off Philadelphia. It'll be put in play by Kevin McHale with 3:50 to go. The Celtics took their first lead in this game at 8-6. They have not trailed since then. They opened it up to 11 points in the first quarter. Bird from the corner. Celtics led by 20 at the half, 22 after 3 quarters. Right now, they're up by 29. Franklin Edwards is fouled by Chris Ford. 3:39 left in the game.
There it is. Edwards goes to the outside. Ford reaches in, gets a piece of his own.
Well, there will be a 6th game. Franklin Edwards gets the free throw. First-round draft pick from Cleveland State. 6'1".
Good shooter, blinding speed. Thought he was going to get more playing time after watching him in the exhibition series than he did. Of course, the way Tony came along, with Hollins and Keith playing so well, there really wasn't much place to go for the rookies.
McHale gets 2. Basket counts and the foul is on Nick. So there will be a 6th game on Friday night. The Celtics with 3.5 minutes left, leading by 29 points.
Nice shot. Just gives a little dip in that shoulder as if he's going to take it in. That frees the defense and opens up a little daylight and a little fall away from the ball.
Gerald Henderson goes out. Danny Ainge comes in. Ainge, Bob, has played a good ball game tonight.
I think perhaps it's the best game he's had as a Celtic.
15 points for Gerald Henderson as he sits down. McHale makes it a 3-point play and a 30-point lead. What a strange series.
Well,
at 5 games, 3 of them have been blowouts. Loose ball foul in Philadelphia. On Earl Kiritan.
You can see that the Philadelphia bench, simply is not able to contribute a great deal. And this is why, as you said, Billy Cunningham has, played it very astutely in the last 3 ball games before this in terms of rotating those 7 players and getting the most out of them, and obviously 3 solid wins. So, but if the Celtics can force them to go into that bench, I think they weaken themselves considerably.
2 free throws for Roby, a 32-point lead. Because how do you explain that? 2 fine teams, great rivals. 5 games have been played, 3 of them have been blowouts. I mean, how does that happen?
The intensity of the contest. The Celtics obviously came into this one on a high and in the first game on a high. After that, they let down a little bit, as we said. They won so easily in the first game. It's kind of the nature of the beast. We all have a tendency to do that. Take the path of least resistance. I know Arnold didn't agree with that analysis, but I think unconsciously, I'm not saying you go into the locker room after a blowout and say, hey, let's, we don't have to work as hard, but it happens, and Philadelphia upped their emotional level, and they won 3 in a row.
2:39 left in the game. The Celtics lead by 34 points, 110-76. We'll be right back. Well, we've just had a standing ovation for the Celtics and a chant from the crowd, and they were all into it as Steve Mix fires from outside. They're all chanting, "See you Sunday," and telling the 76ers that they'd see them on Sunday in a 7th game. If that is to be, the Celtics will have to win, of course, on Friday, as they did a year ago. 2:21 left. The Celtics lead by 32. William Holden, Alec Guinness, Seiyu Hayakawa, and Jack Hawkinson, Bridge in the River Kwai, winner of 7 Academy Awards. Friday night at the 8 o'clock movie on 56. 2:15 left. Celtics up by 32 as they have blown Philly's doors off. No traveling to call. So it'll be a 6th game on Friday in Philadelphia. And if the Celtics can pull it off, they will force the 7th and deciding game here on Sunday. Two minutes left to go in the game. Mike Bantam hits a layup. Celtics have Ainge, Bernstein, Ford, Roby, and Bradley on the floor. Philadelphia has Hollins, Franklin, Bantam, Kiritan, and Steve Mix. Bradley and now Ainge. Danny, nice move. Woo.
Quite a few fakes on the Toops on that one.
Got 11 points now. Franklin Edwards. Out of bounds off Earl Kiritan, and Celtics ball. Well, the Celtics certainly left no doubt in this one.
There it is. Watch him turn Hollins around. Gives him a fake to the outside, spins back into the middle, and a little left-handed alley-oop job there by the rookie. He's starting to get a lot more poise and confidence in his game. Nothing that matures you more quickly than playing in a playoff against Philadelphia.
I would guess. Woo. Earl Kiritan coming away with the ball. Lionel Hollins.
James might apply for Social Security after this series.
The Celtics lead by 30 points. Their biggest lead has been 36 points. There's a minute left. Philadelphia's last lead was at 6-4. The Celtics went ahead 8-6 and they never looked back. 11 at the half, or rather 11 at the quarter, 20 at the half, 22 after 3 quarters. Right now it's a 30-point lead. Ford makes it 32 with 41 seconds to go. Franklin Edwards gets the basket, and the foul is on Danny Ainge.
Well, I think Philadelphia's obviously gotten a message. That they're going to go home and regroup, and in no uncertain terms, old Billy's going to let the boys know that they'd better win that one on Friday. And obviously, Bill Fitz will have the same kind of admonition for the guys in white. They've got to keep it alive. They don't have any choice, but I don't think Philadelphia wants it to come back here for a 7th.
Well, I'm sure they don't.
And I'll tell you, it should be some kind of ball game on Friday because Philadelphia is very anxious not to allow a repeat of what happened to them last year. And the Celtics just as dedicated to
making it happen.
forcing it.
Bradley. Down to 10 seconds to go. The shot clock goes off. Bradley goes into the expensive seats down low. All right, 9 seconds left. The Celtics lead is 29 points. Hey, Coos, I'm going to get you one of those big green cowboy hats.
Yes, sir.
And green glasses.
That's for me.
Mike Bantam. Sheridan loses the ball. Ball game. Celtics win it by 29 points. As they did a job tonight on the Philadelphia 76ers to cut the Sixer lead to 3 games to 2. The final score, the Boston Celtics 114, Philadelphia 85. We'll come back to the Boston Garden after this. This is Gil Santos for Bob Cousy, Mon Ami Robert, saying goodnight to you from the Boston Garden, where tonight the world champion Celtics defeated the Philadelphia 76ers by the score of 114 to 85. The Celtics now trail the series 3 games to 2.